There is something this state does not advertise. Something the tourism boards leave off the brochures. Wisconsin has ghost hotels where gangsters hid from the law. It has Cold War bases where soldiers waited 37 years for a war that never came. These are not legends. These are not campfire stories. Every single place on this list was real, was full of people, and was abandoned. Today we are counting down 7 of the most haunting abandoned places in the entire state of Wisconsin. So make sure to stick with us till the end. Number 7. Fort Dells Theme Park. Picture a theme park so close to Disneyland in concept that Disney itself allowed it to use names like Frontierland and Adventureland. A park with a 335-foot tall tower, a working steamboat, a steam train, and live Wild West shows. Now picture that same park completely gone. Not closed, not locked up. Gone. Replaced by a McDonald's and a Walgreens. That is the story of Fort Dells. The park opened in June of 1959 and spread across 11 acres in the heart of Wisconsin Dells. Families drove in from all over Illinois, Minnesota, and Wisconsin to spend the day. There were live shows, animals, a paddle wheel steamboat, and a stage show called The Black Bart Holdup that kids talked about for weeks after going home. For an entire generation of Midwest families, Fort Dells was the trip. It was what summer looked like. By the late 1970s, water parks started opening up all around the Dells. Bigger, flashier, and cheaper to run. Fort Dells could not compete. It closed as Fort Dells in 1985, rebranded briefly as Dells Crossroads with circus acts, and finally shut down for good in 1990. The entire site was bulldozed in 1997. Today, the front half of the property is a fast food parking lot. But behind it, in the overgrown area that was never redeveloped, pieces of Fort Dells still hide in the weeds. An old mine cave sits back there full of park litter. A pair of wagon wheels lean against trees that grew up around them. The park's original train was saved and still runs at a nearby wildlife park. Fort Dells is gone. But it did not go quietly. Number 6. Paradise Springs Eagle. In the forests of southeastern Wisconsin, about 50 miles west of Milwaukee, there is a natural spring that has been flowing out of the ground for thousands of years. The water comes up at exactly 47 degrees, crystal clear, 500 gallons every single minute. In the 1930s, Milwaukee's wealthiest families decided that water was special, so they built a resort around it. Today, the resort is gone, the hotel is gone, the bottling plant is gone, and the only people who visit are hikers who stumble across the ruins and wonder what this place used to be. The property changed hands between some of Milwaukee's biggest names. A salt company president built the original spring house, a horse track, a wading pool, a 9-hole golf course, and tennis courts. Then a Pabst brewing executive inherited it and turned it into something even grander. A full resort hotel went up in 1937, along with a bottling plant that sold the spring water under names like Eagle Rock Springs Water and Lullaby Baby Drinking Water. For a little over a decade, Paradise Springs was exactly what its name promised. A private paradise for people who could afford it. By 1948, the resort had closed, the owners moved on, and the state of Wisconsin eventually took ownership of the land. Nature moved back in slowly but steadily. The hotel disappeared. The bottling plant disappeared. The horse track became a walking trail. And in 2015, the dam that had created the resort's famous trout pond failed and drained the pond almost completely, taking the last real jewel of the property with it. What is left today is a quiet loop trail through the Kettle Moraine State Forest. If you walk it, you will pass old stone pillars, crumbling steps, and the ghost of a shuffleboard court swallowed by grass. Number 5. Dodge County Asylum, Juneau. In the 1800s, if you were poor, mentally ill, elderly, or simply someone that society did not want to deal with, the county had a place for you. It was not a hospital. It was not a home. It was a farm where you lived, worked without pay, and disappeared from public record. Dodge County built one of these places in Juneau, Wisconsin in 1852. They called it the Poor Farm. Later they called it the asylum. The name changed. The suffering did not. At its worst, so visitors could pay 25 cents to walk through the property and stare at the inmates held in wooden cells like animals in a zoo. The people locked inside had no voice, no rights, and in many cases, no family looking for them. When they died, they were buried in an unmarked cemetery on the county grounds, their names recorded in ledgers that most people have never read. Over the decades, the facility modernized and eventually became Clearview, a county healthcare campus that still operates on the same land today. The original asylum buildings are gone, but the Paupers Cemetery where unnamed residents were buried still sits on the property. No headstones, no markers, just ground. Most people drive past it every day without knowing it is there or what it holds. Number 4. St. Ambrose Church. In 1854, a Catholic priest named Father Ambrose Oschwald was suspended by the church in Germany for what they called mystical, prophetic, and heretical works. Most people would have quietly accepted the punishment and moved on. Father Oschwald packed up an entire parish, sailed to America, and led his followers deep into the Wisconsin wilderness to build a community from nothing. He called it St. Nazianz. His followers held all land in common, worked without pay, and answered only to him. It was less of a town and more of a colony. And when Oschwald died in 1873, people said he cursed everything he had built. The Salvatorian religious order took over the property in 1896 and built a full seminary on the grounds, including a new St. Ambrose Church dedicated in 1898. At its peak, the seminary housed 150 students. But enrollment declined through the 1960s, and the property was converted into John F. Kennedy Preparatory High School, which closed in 1982. After that, the building sat empty for years, suffering vandalism, gang activity, and neglect so severe that parts of the complex became structurally dangerous. Today, a Christian youth organization called United Ministries owns the campus and has renovated several buildings. But St. Ambrose Church itself remains abandoned, held together by a temporary roof that keeps the rain out just enough to let visitors inside during summer months. The Gothic brick walls still stand. The interior is rotting. And somewhere on the hillside behind the church, Father Oschwald is still buried in a stone crypt. When his coffin was opened in the 1920s during a transfer, witnesses reported that his body had not decayed. His skin still had color. His hair and nails appeared to still be growing. The man who built St. Nazianz never really left it. Number 3. Northridge Mall, Milwaukee. Northridge Mall sits on Milwaukee's northwest side, on West Brown Deer Road. Or rather, it used to. What stands there now is 58 acres of empty ground, the largest vacant development site in the entire city. The mall opened in August of 1972. With 4 anchor stores, over 100 smaller shops, 3 movie theaters, and thousands of jobs for the surrounding neighborhood. But the freeway that was supposed to connect it to the rest of Milwaukee was never built. By the 1990s, the area around it had changed. Shoppers stopped coming, and in 2003, the mall closed for good. What followed was one of the strangest ownership battles in Wisconsin history. A Chinese investment company bought the property, promised to turn it into an Asian marketplace, and then did absolutely nothing for over a decade while the building rotted from the inside. Mold spread. Asbestos crumbled. Squatters moved in. In 2022, 4 separate fires broke out within 3 weeks. A maintenance worker hired by the owners was electrocuted and killed after touching a vandalized electrical box on the property. The city finally took ownership through tax foreclosure in January 2024. Demolition began shortly after, and by September 2025, the entire structure was gone. 53 years after opening, Northridge Mall is now empty ground. A whole neighborhood watched it die in slow motion and could do nothing but wait. Number 2. Maribel Caves. Hotel Maribel. Deep in Manitowoc County, about 20 minutes from Green Bay, is a set of crumbling limestone walls sit behind a chain of natural caves on a private stretch of County Road R. Most people drive past without stopping. The ones who do stop usually wish they had kept driving. Father Francis X. Steinbrecher built the 3-story resort here in 1900, drawing on the natural mineral springs found on the property. Guests were picked up by stagecoach from the nearest train station and brought to a full luxury spa with indoor plumbing, hot and cold mineral baths, and a bottling plant that shipped spring water to wealthy clients in Milwaukee and Chicago. For 2 decades, it was one of the finest resorts in the state. When Prohibition hit, the spa became a bar, and the clientele changed completely. Infamous names like John Dillinger and Babyface Nelson used it as a hideout. Some accounts claim Al Capone had a hand in the property as well. After Steinbrecher died in 1927, the hotel passed through several owners and never recovered. By the 1980s, it was empty, rotting, and locals had stopped calling it the Maribel Caves Hotel. They called it Hotel Hell. In 1985, a fire of unknown origin gutted the entire interior, leaving only the limestone walls. Then in August 2013, a tornado collapsed most of what remained. Today, the ruins sit on private land, covered in graffiti and swallowed by overgrowth. You can view them from the nearby county park. And if you look long enough into that old stone well on the grounds, people say you will wish you had not. Number 1. Milwaukee Nike Missile Sites. Most people driving past Hillcrest Park in Waukesha, Wisconsin, think they are looking at a normal community park. A parking lot, some grass, a few old concrete buildings half swallowed by trees. What they are actually looking at is one of 8 nuclear missile installations that once formed a ring around the city of Milwaukee, each one pointed at the sky and loaded with weapons capable of destroying an entire Soviet bomber squadron. In the 1950s, the United States surrounded every major city with Nike anti-aircraft missile systems as a last line of defense against Soviet bombers. Milwaukee's defense ring consisted of 8 sites. Nike missile bases first appeared on the Milwaukee landscape in 1956. Each site was split into 2 parcels, one housing the radar and control equipment, the other housing the actual missiles stored horizontally underground in concrete magazines, brought to the surface one at a time by hydraulic elevator. 3 of the 8 sites were later upgraded to the more powerful Nike Hercules missile, which carried a nuclear warhead and had a range of 90 miles. Soldiers lived on these bases around the clock. During the Cuban Missile Crisis, they were not running drills. They were ready. By 1971, every Nike missile site in Milwaukee had closed. The arms race had shifted toward intercontinental ballistic missiles, and ground-based anti-aircraft weapons had become irrelevant. The bases were handed over to local governments and mostly forgotten. One of them is now the Summerfest concert grounds on Milwaukee's lakefront. Nobody talks about that at the festival. Today, the most intact surviving site is Hillcrest Park in Waukesha. The site still contains blast buildings, troop barracks, a circular water reservoir, and a radar tower. The launch area a mile to the south, once called Missile Park, is closed to the public and marked only by a gate and a no trespassing sign. If you made it this far, you already know what to do. Hit subscribe, drop a comment telling us which one of these places got under your skin, and we will see you in the next one.